What's up, fam? This your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, one of the original road warlords, and as always, bringing you the knowledge and dropping the science in this industry of what we call trucking, okay? I'm doing this particular video to first want to thank everybody in participating in that that live stream that I did, that live Q&A. I appreciate it. And looking back at it and stuff, I see I was kind of all over the place and stuff with information. Now, I was like, I want to formally address some of the things that was asked. And so, first thing was, do I mentor? Again, yes, I mentor, and no, I don't charge no money for mentoring and stuff. Usually mentoring and stuff, it usually associates with that. You have to compensate the teacher, so to speak. And so, I say I don't want any compensation. My compensation is for you to go out here and to stay in it. Stay in it and be successful. That's the best type of compensation that I can receive and stuff. Getting that phone call back saying, hey, listen, I took some of your advice, and then I added on a little something to myself, and now, I done devised up a new system now, that can be more effective. So that's the thing there and stuff. We build, and then we build upon each other. Building with each other. So, that's the thing there. That's why my contact information up there. Feel free to hit me up, and I give you the breakdown and stuff for whatever it is that you're trying to get into, as long as it's about trucking. Like I said, 16 years in the game, steady learning, steady learning, steady earning, and just like how the Bible's saying stuff, Lord loves a cheerful giver, well, that's why I am. So, and the other thing was, with the sis asking me about, she was, pretty much giving a breakdown about what she was trying to get into and stuff like that, like, where you should start. Again, if you're talking about getting into this, right, then understand the old system, the old way of doing things and stuff, that's done away with. That's done away with. And when I'm saying the old system, I'm talking about like leasing on with folk, and then they running your truck. You see that system done with. Any company that you seeing now, you see they changing that protocol up. They saying, you know what? Hey, we'll give you a load board and stuff like that, and then you just load yourself. You be control of your own. You be control of your own destiny as far as like how you load your truck, where you go, so on and so forth. I mean, don't get me wrong. You still got some carriers out here and stuff where, guys, you got dispatchers finding loads and stuff for you, and I mean, that work for some people, but that's an old system. That's an old system. Any carrier that you decide to lease on to, get with somebody that lets you find your own freight. You see, because only you can understand your business on how you want to do things, because that person, that dispatcher don't have nothing to lose. They don't have nothing to lose and stuff. When you tell them, hey, listen, I need to be home on this date here. If you don't get there and stuff, right, then all well. They ain't lost nothing. They going home. But see, you understand the significance of being home at a certain date, And so, you try to build your business and build business around trying to be in at that certain time and stuff, because time is important, whether it's going to the doctor or handling personal business, those sort of things there and stuff, because, it's just some things that involve you having to go out here and you do it. And so the name of the game, where it's always been for everybody that's in business, is that you triangle your business around, you know, where you live. You know, your home is the center, and you triangle your business around that. So if anything happens, you know, in that lane that you choose, the triangle around your home, you can easily go to it from whichever point you at. You can go take care of what needs to be taken care of, whether it's something, you know, severe or not as severe, but still involve you having to physically be there to take care of something, right? You know, you're not too far away. You know, the old system, East Coast, West Coast running, that's an old system. That's an old system. You don't have to do that no more to make money. But you still got folk out there doing it and stuff. And like I said, more power to them. But, you know, at the end of the day and stuff, you know, they tired and they wore out, you know, and they not that cheerful self that they were and stuff, you know, when they first started out. You know, they don't have time and stuff like that because it's always on the go. See, old system. You know, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to do that all the time. You know, some people still do it. And again, that's understandable. But, you know, for folk that do stuff like that, you under a mileage you know, the people who benefit are those under a mileage contract. You know, they under a mileage contract and stuff. So see, it's a need to do that. But when you but most people that do East Coast, West Coast are under a percentage system. You see, they don't mind you going out there and stuff because see, you might be taking a hit on both sides. You know, you're going out there for $1 a mile, you coming back over for $1 a mile. Cause really people don't, you know, I talk to folk and some people say they make the money going out there, but they don't make it coming back. And then some people, you know, say vice versa. But it's never been any kind of consistency from what I've seen. So, you know, again, that's an old system, you know, leaving home and staying away from home for long periods of time. That's an old system, you know. You from the East Coast, they send you to the West, and then you stay over there in the West, you know, or you from the West and you come over here to the East and stay over here in the East. That's an old system. New system, you know, the best system is triangling your business around where you live. That way, you know, you have to take, you know, you take care of what has to be taken care of. Cause, I mean, the reason why we're on E-Log now is because they want to slow down logistics. They don't want to speed it up now. They want to slow it down and stuff, man. And so they was running mock scenarios and stuff as to why we're on it now. People want to say, oh, well, because this administration, that administration, you know, that ain't it. You know, that's not it. You know, they needed to slow down the logistics. And so when you was on paper, you could tell folk, hey, listen, Lowe's gonna be there tomorrow. You know, and that was that. And so, you know, the only thing that kept you from doing that and stuff was the amount of energy that you had. See, now, you know, when that clock hits 0, you got to be parked. But, you know, they built a lot of facilities between here and there. And so, you know, you got lots of cold storages and all types of logistic warehouses and stuff that people pick up freight from. You know, that has a surplus of stuff, you know, and that's the reason. So when they say that that's more beneficial than, you know, a truck going to a certain area and stuff that exclusively make product. You know, they just push the product and put it in these warehouses and stuff all over. You know, and so when it's a call for it and stuff, then you just go over there and you pick it up and stuff like that. Meanwhile, they got somebody else going to bring the product to that warehouse, so when they need it, they got it. That's it. That's the only reason why we on E-Log, because they needed to slow down logistics. Other than that, you know, other than that and stuff, man, we'll still been on it. You know, it ain't have nothing to do with safety. And, you know, you can use that. You can use it. But, again, you know, it was because they needed to slow logistics down. It ain't a need no more to get out there and do the things that we used to do back in the day when we was on paper. You know, now, like I said, they ran a mock scenario with Warner. You know, everybody else was gearing up for it. They were like, well, you know, Warner was the one that got the certificate to run E-Log. Everybody else and stuff, they're like, no, you know, y'all got to run the paper. So everybody ran mock scenarios. Snyder was like, okay, we're going to do the 16-hour clock, you know, so on and so forth and stuff. So as, you know, as things, you know, when they pretty much got everything in order and say, well, okay, all right, logistics will still be fine, you know, even though you're under this type of system and stuff. Now they say, all right, let's go ahead and implement it now. And so that's what they did. So now, you know, everybody's on it. So, you know, again, that's old system it was a necessariness and stuff to get out there and do it, to get stuff done. And, you know, now it ain't a necessariness for it, because it used to be, again, back in the day, they can give you a load on Monday and tell you that, okay, the load delivered Wednesday. And you say, well, heck, I can get it there Tuesday morning. Okay, go for it. And then you arrive Tuesday morning. Hey, folks see you and stuff like that. They didn't ask questions. They're like, okay, hey, the guy that's supposed to be here Wednesday is here now. So, you know, okay, they did one or two things and stuff. You know, they just gone ahead, unloaded you. Or if you was, you know, you was one of those places and somebody had an appointment, if they was late, then they got your slot and you took their slot. You know, that's how it was. But, you know, when they got logistics under control now, you know, you get that load and stuff, and they say, okay, be there Wednesday, and you say, okay, I can get there Tuesday. Then the only thing you doing is you got there Tuesday, and you got the rest of the day to chill on out and stuff, and then Wednesday you get on up and go in there, because they ain't gonna touch it. You know, they not gonna touch it. They got logistics under control and stuff like that. So, you know, with that, they made changes inside the warehouse and stuff, you know, to be more efficient. The old manager said that, well, you know, you got there early and stuff like that. The Wednesday truck here Tuesday, and they got it off. That just means Wednesday when they came in, they won't doing that. They like, hey, you know, everybody done came that need to be, that everybody that came that had delivery here done already delivered. So, you know, hey, they chilling in there and stuff like that, watching TV, but they still ain't making the most of their time and stuff. And so, you know, now you in charge of the, you know, you own the warehouse and stuff, and you saying, well, hey, listen, these guys, I'm paying them by the hour and stuff like that, and they getting stuff done, you know, they getting stuff done. So, you know, hey, listen, now I need to start to reevaluate how the time and stuff being sent, because, you know, how it's being spent. Because, you know, you go to these warehouses and stuff, man, and, hey, you have a line of trucks out there and stuff, and then I come back 4-5 hours later, you know, y'all got everything sorted, you know, unloaded and sorted and ready to be shipped out and stuff like that. And then, you know, but when everything's said and done, I got 12, 13 hours on the clock. You know, but y'all got everything done under 5 hours. Stuff like that. So, you know, it was not a need to push efficiency. It was just, you know, it was no need to push for more efficiency. It's just, I need to, you know, to cut back, so to speak, and stuff. And so, you know, when that was recognized, it's like, oh, wait a minute, we made a mistake. We made a mistake and stuff. So now, you know, hey, look, he talking about cutting back on the hours. So, hey, look, when these trucks show up and stuff, man, if they come early, we can't touch them. Because, see, we got to make it seem like, listen, you know, we got to make our time count. He talking about cutting back on hours. I need the 40 hours, you know, or what little overtime and stuff we can get. So, you know, see, well, you know, the new way now, when you go to places and stuff and then you sit for long periods of time, that's why. Because they got to make it at the end of the week seem like that what they're doing is necessary. Otherwise that, you know, stuff, you're gonna start cutting hours, cause hey, look, they getting the work and stuff done, so what else need to be done if it ain't no work and stuff coming in? So, you know, they need those hours and stuff like that. So they might get your truck and then be on it for, I don't know, 3-4 hours and stuff unloading when they can easily get it done in about 15-20 minutes. You know, they got the manpower, they got the equipment and everything necessary to do the job. But, you know, again, they got the, you know, when they had those meetings and stuff, they saying, well, look, you know, what's going on in the warehouse? Well, okay, well, you know, this is what's going on here and stuff like that. So you see how it's necessary for us to have the hours. You know, okay, all right, so I'll grant it then. I'll grant it then and stuff, you know. So, old system, really didn't matter. You got in there and stuff, they get you on out there, they were happy to see you. Now, new system. You know, you show up early, they just turning you around and stuff and say, hey, listen, come back at your time tomorrow. We'll get you tomorrow. We ain't expecting you today, or we ain't touching you today. We ain't got the room. We ain't got the manpower. That sort of thing there. New system. See, that slow logistics down because they got places everywhere that you can go now. So it ain't a need to do cross-country stuff. That's what it used to be. When you first got out here and stuff, to be a truck driver, you knew that you was gonna see. They'll tell you, man, this company do all 48 states and Canada. Can you do that? You see what I'm saying? That's OTR. See, now OTR is, hey, listen, we run, you know, this lane here and stuff. You know, OTR just mean you ain't gonna be home. You know, you ain't gonna be home at the end of the day and stuff. That's what it means. So, you know, old system, new system. You know, just understanding the difference and stuff like that. So, you know, things are constantly changing and stuff. You got to get an understanding of these changes and know that, well, you know, it's something a little bit more deeper than just trying to hurt a truck driver. You know, this is business where you got millions and billions of dollars and stuff that's being invested and being moved and stuff. So it's not about trying to hurt this particular person. It's about trying to keep money in-house from going out, spending more money than what you have to, and being more efficient with your money. You know, that's the essence of any business, is that, you know, you're just not going to spend money feebly. You're not going to waste your time. You know, you got to find new ways of how to do, you got to find new ways and stuff for how to do this same system and stuff and do it more efficiently, more effectively, you know, and just leave the personal stuff out of it, you know. Cause I mean, that's what it's about at the end of the day and stuff, man. You know, hey, listen, I don't care how you feel about a certain thing. It's gonna get done whether you like it or not. You know, if you don't want to do it, fine. Okay, I'll find somebody else that will do it, and somebody will do it. Believe me. But you know, that's what it is. Old system, new system. I understand the difference, and you know. Yeah, just understand the difference so you don't get caught up in all of the, you know, the emotion and stuff that go along with it. Cause I mean, yeah, it's gonna get emotional. It's gonna get emotional, man. Like, shoot, you know, they tell you, hey, listen, we ain't got nothing going to the house. We ain't got nothing going to the house. See, back in the day, all you could say was, I know it is something going home, right? You just ain't trying to give it to me. And it's true. But, you know, when you handle and see business for yourself, you might see a load taking you right to your doorstep. But you like, man, shoot, hey, this thing ain't paying but about 75 cents a mile, you know. Hey, is it, you really start thinking like, man, look, I want to go home, but look, like, do I want to take this load there? Do I want to dead? Or is it really what I'm trying to do and stuff that important? I mean, you know, just like I'm gearing up now and stuff, man. You got Thanksgiving coming. I'm gonna be working Thanksgiving, you know, cause it's not that much of it. It's not that important and stuff to me to be home, but my circumstance allows me to do that. I have no wife, no children, so you know, you got to also take that in perspective too and stuff. Is that when you see people doing certain things, their situation allows them to participate in some of the things and stuff that they do. So, you know, you can't put yourself in that individual shoes, say, well, daggone, hey, Rooster doing this and Rooster doing that. You know, yeah, I do that, but I'm going to also be straight up and let you know what my situation is. Why I'm allowed to do certain things and stuff, and another person whose situation is not the same as mine and stuff, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to do. So they got to find a different way of doing things, different strategy, you know. But I can give you pointers and stuff on that as well and stuff. So, you know, just don't base yourself upon, you know, looking at Rooster saying, well, or anybody for that matter, because, you know, unless they share their circumstance and stuff, then, you know, you can't just take trucking as a whole and generalize it and say, oh, this is what it's supposed to be and stuff, man, cause, you know, it isn't. It isn't the case and stuff, man. You know, many different people out here, many different scenarios. You know, even though the pay is the same and the general direction of how to get things done is the same and stuff, you know, circumstance plays a real big factor. You see what I'm saying? It plays a real big factor. See, you know, like I said, I mean, you know, another thing, another gem I throw at you. Hey, I stayed out here. I stayed out here one time for 2.5 years. 2.5 years without even going home. You know. See, I can do that. My situation allows me, but can your situation do that? If not, then, you know, we got to implement some of this stuff that can be worked out to where you can, you know, you got a little bit of both. You can stay out here on this road, make your money, then, you know, go home and do what you got to do. You know, many different scenarios for many different people. So, with that being said, this your man right here, the one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, telling you as always, continue to do your research, fact finding studies, harness on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.